Well, I hope not. She may have fallen asleep. She may have fallen asleep. I'll have to go check on her, I guess.
If something's worth doing, it's worth doing right.
Okay, I don't think I want to hear that. Check, check, check.
Yep.
Check, check, check. There it is. Okay. Remember to mute your YouTube when you have it on. So, but now you should be able to, Chris, on your camera or your YouTube, I guess you should have a better view of where you're set up there
Yep.
now.
Yep. I see it.
So it's showing you your angle there. Dave, you're over here on this side. So you're set up over here by the taxi. Right around the corner by the cabbage cart is a little spot. I should put some vendors. Maybe I should put some characters out there just for. I'll
You're by
put.
the infamous cabbage cart.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. So the
That
plot
thing is
point will be maybe
cursed.
a witness or something there.
Yeah.
Let's see. We could put another witness, a witness to the crime over here, and then we could also have some bandits or something out here. Some
Missing
thugs.
some pigs.
Oh, you and your pigs.
Vice Alley is, it's a little known fact that Vice Alley is famous for its wandering pigs.
Wandering pigs all over. Okay, I'm gonna have to go check and make sure Bessie is hasn't fallen asleep. So I'll be back in a moment. Switch
I
cameras
think that
again.
cabbage cart's been in just about every episode. I think it needs to be like a Where's Waldo thing or something where
Yeah,
if you can find
absolutely.
the cabbage cart, you get a prize.
Yeah. I have one of those. I bought Dave a long time ago. I don't know if you remember this when he was doing 3D printing. He did
Yeah.
he offered some like just accessories that he 3D printed on the store, and one
Uh,
of them was a cart kind of like that.
ah,
So I need to. I've never painted it up, but I need to. And then I
yeah,
got to figure out how to do the cabbages.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if I can. I don't know if I can do that or not. Clever enough. I may just throw some flowers in there and make it a flower cart.
There you go. There you go.
He also did this. I got it as I thought was kind of cool. One of those old time shoe shining benches.
Mm-hmm.
The big ones that you sit, two people can sit on, and has
Right.
legs out front. Yeah,
Uh,
it's pretty cool.
yeah, I heard him mention that, and I didn't see it, but I'm interested to see what it looks like. My wife and I watched some old black and white movie on Friday night, and it had the two people sitting down on the shoe shine thing. It was kind of ironic.
Right,
And of course, one of them's got the newspaper up, and he keeps looking around. He's
right, right,
trying on
yeah,
tailing somebody.
right. Yeah, he did a bunch of 3D 3D stuff, 3D printing stuff that was on the store temporarily a while back.
Huh,
Had some pretty cool, just accessories.
sure.
We have a Bessie, freshly
Hey, Bessie.
woken up Bessie.
Uh oh, she
I
didn't
hope he's in
karate
a
chop
good
you, did
mood.
she? Yeah.
Frank is on here. Hey, Frank. Assault on the warehouse. That or the outhouse. Yes, yes, that is exactly the scenario. Well spotted. Minnie Pearl used to say, "Howdy." Telemachus is on here. Scud Fisher is on here. William Schmidt Motson. Very good. Red Mist. Oog from Paris is on here. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you all for joining. I guess we should have gone officially live a couple minutes ago. So let's do that. Double check your cameras and make sure you got everything running.
Yep.
Okay. Then I guess it must be time to say something along the lines of, hey everybody, this is Dave here at Pulp Alley, and I am with the world's most dangerous Bessie. Joining us remotely today, we have Chris Girardi up in Kansas, and we have David Lowe over in New Mexico joining us remotely. So they are actually playing today. How about them apples?
How about them?
What a miraculous time we live in. Some sort of witchcraft, I'm fairly sure. Damian Larson is on here. Got a howdy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hello, Frank. This scenario is called The Raid. This scenario is out of the Vice Alley campaign book, and that's what we're playing through. This is like scenario number 6. I think this is like our 6th week now of play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think it's 6 weeks. So the idea is that all of the leagues that are involved in this campaign, their ultimate goal is to defeat the specter of Vice Alley, the overlord, the kingpin of King City, of which Vice Alley is a small part of it. But he rules over the shadowy underworld of King City, and rules over it with an iron fist, which has made many smaller members of the syndicate turn against him, like Red Queen, like the Enforcers, and that sort of stuff. But also vigilantes have sprung up due to the corruption in the city. So they're out to try and hunt down and find out who the specter is as well. So that's the ultimate goal. What's interesting, I think, in this campaign is that the influence points that you gain help you grow in popularity and bonuses and gain more supporters and things like that. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to win the campaign. Remember, the goal is to take down the specter. So to do that, you're going to have to reach a point in the game that you can actually fight the specter, but simply having the most influence is not the goal. Currently, Red Queen is really dominating the campaign. She is up just significantly over a lot of the other leagues, and Chris Girardi is right on her tail, though, chasing
Right
that
on it.
tail.
I hope my wife's not
So, yeah. So, can he close that gap between Task Force 2 and Red Queen? Can he catch up to her? Not terribly important. What's more important is that you collect the resources, you collect the clues, you try to find out. So that's basically what we have going on here. So let's take a look at the table. So we have some witnesses of what's been going on in this area. This is called the crime wave. So we have a witness over here, old fella at the cabbage cart. We have a thug over here. These are minor plot points. If you can convince the witness to talk, can you stop the thug over here and convince him to talk? The major witness is here in the center of the table, and if you can get her to come along with you. But then there's also a minor witness over, or not a witness, but a thug over here and a witness over there. There are also some wandering bystanders. So you have a chance to get the little poochie to join you, or Quinn over here also. So you have a couple wandering bystanders. You have witnesses, you have thugs, you have all kinds of carrying on here in the Vice Alley. Now, it's worth noting that both of these leagues are Task Force 2 and D.A. Denton are both vigilantes, but they don't trust each other. They believe the other side is a menace to society, or, things like that. So the level in which they actually fight each other is up to the players, but they are not on friendly terms. So they do count as being enemies. We're starting turn number 1. This is a 6-turn scenario. The ultimate goal of this one is to make sure you are the player that ends with the major plot point, and possibly at least one other minor plot point. So that's the goal for this one. We've already drawn cards. We're starting turn number 2. David Lowe.
Or number 1.
What?
Or number 1.
We're starting turn number 1. We're gonna just
Maybe I slept through it. I don't know.
maybe we skipped over turn 2 or
Right.
turn 1. So starting turn number 1, David Lowe is the director. Is David Lowe going to activate a character? Or is he going to ask Chris Girardi to go?
Go ahead, and Chris, activate
Yep.
somebody.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to take Sergeant Lutz up to the for that plot point. Just run him
Okay.
up there.
Run all the way. Okay. I'll double check real quickly. I don't see any cards for Mr. Lowe to play, so I'm just gonna go ahead and move him up like so. David, are you gonna keep Mr. Girardi playing or going?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Go ahead and move Captain Dorsey as far as he can go toward the major plot point.
As far as he can go to the major plot point. He knows the race is on. So as far as I can get you, would kind of leave you in the open. Do you mind being in the open?
I don't mind being in the open.
You don't mind being in the open, and you are out here. You are, in fact, in the open, sir.
Okay.
Dave wants you to activate again. Let's see what you got.
Okay.
You still have 2 characters. You got Bulldog O'Malley, and you have the boys in blue. What are you going to do?
Bring the boys in blue up as far as they can go as well.
Okay. A 12-inch run from the boys in blue gets them also kind of in the open, but at least they're behind the vehicle a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, they're there beside Dorsey. All right, we still have Bulldog. What's Bulldog O'Malley going to do?
Move him up as far as he can go as well.
Okay, Bulldog O'Malley takes off running, and he will be right behind Dorsey. Right behind Dorsey. Okay.
Okay.
Dave, he has activated all of his characters, and for the record, Dorsey is within about 8 inches of the major plot point, boys or girls. Dorsey is now within about 8 inches of getting that major plot point. If you don't know what's going on here, this is a race, and it is on. All right. What's Denton going to do? Is Denton going to just give up on the major plot point since Dorsey's headed out there? I think he will. Let's see what happens, though.
All right. So let's see who we're going to start with here. So Denton is going to move as far as he can
Towards the major plot point?
Yes.
All right, here we go. The race is on, boys and girls. The race is on. All right, you're going to get all the way to the back of this pickup. And what do you know? You are also about 8 inches from the major plot point. Look at that. They are,
Right.
It's going to be a standoff out there. I don't know which one is going to, I don't know. I think Denton might have the upper hand in that one. Let's see. All right, who are you going to activate next?
Cotto's going to follow him, and he's
Okay.
going to move up ahead of him since he moves.
A 16-inch move.
Yeah.
Cotto is fast. Cotto is much faster than old Bulldog O'Malley, but Bulldog O'Malley has his other. So do you want to just be standing out in the open, or do you want to be in behind some trucks, or what do you want to do?
let's move him. I think there's a truck up there. I can't see
There
it,
is a
but
truck up there.
yeah, let's move him to the truck
Okay.
where he has some cover.
Okay, so you'll be on the friendly side of the truck.
Right.
So you are there, sir. You are there. It'll show you here in a minute. So Bulldog or Kato is, for the record, 6 inches from Bowhead Annie. All right, you still have 3 characters to activate. What are you going to do?
All right, let's.
I should have asked. I should have asked Chris, and I hate that I have to go back, but I deserve it. I owe it to you. Did you want to play a card when he activated either one of those characters?
No, that's okay.
Okay, so tell me who you're activating next, please.
Okay, we'll activate Betty.
Chris, would you like to play a card when Betty activates?
No, that's okay.
Okay, Betty, what you doing?
She's moving up to the plot point.
Up to the plot point.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one there.
At the cabbage cart? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You are at the cabbage cart, sir.
Okay.
All right. You still have Father O and Dot.
Father O is going to move up with D.A. Denton as far as he can.
Father O takes off running, and he is right beside Denton. Like so. Okay. Who's next?
Dottie.
Dot. What's she going to do? Is she going to back up Betty, or is she running across the street to talk to a good-looking gentleman over here by the
she's going to run across the street.
Oh, so a 12-inch run, heading off. She sees a fellow over there. I tell you what, maybe she wants to go get her shoe shined.
Maybe.
Don't besmirch her.
Maybe she wants to go get some.
There was a tone in that.
Maybe she wants to go get a fresh shine on her shoes.
She's a lady.
All right, so you guys see my new shoe shine stand? This isn't actually new. This is probably about a 10-year-old piece, but I finally got it painted up. How about you guys? How about you? Now, this is something I designed in SolidWorks and 3D printed, so it was a little project that I did years and years ago, and finally got around to painting it up. All right, cool. That ends turn number 1. Turn number 1 has ended, so that's a nice little maneuver turn. A lot of running around. We're going to pull a slug, and we're going to hand out cards. D.A. Denton is still director. He drew a steady aim. Chris, you drew a stay down. A stay down. We'll take a quick look at the cards here. Bessie, you want to give me pictures? So D.A. Denton is currently holding a clear shot, a buy some time, a breakaway, and a steady aim. Mr. Girardi over here is currently holding a sucker punch, stay down, unseen peril, misfortune, and a stumble. Here's the roster for the Task Force 2. We have Captain Dorsey. Very interesting character for this scenario. He does have a bonus to his shoot skill. Ooh. And that came from a fancy schmancy revolver passed on from his new associate that he picked up in Vice Alley. Sergeant Lutz here is quite the brawler. Sergeant Lutz is quite the shooter. Sergeant O'Malley, Bulldog O'Malley is quite the brawler. And then we have the boys in blue. We'll take a look at D.A. Denton's league here in a moment. As we start turn number 2, what's that D.A. Denton going to do? Is he going to go out there and nest on top of the plot point?
Yes, let's put him out on top of the plot point.
Okay. I'll set you on the side of her touching the fire truck so that from a certain angle you might still have cover, but that is about an 8-inch move to get there. Okay. You are in contact with the plot point now.
All right.
Or did you want to be on a different side? Did you want to just be on the enemy side of her to try and cut off anybody else getting to her? Or did you want to be on the friendly side? Or did you want to be on the side with the fire truck?
Let's Let's put him in front of her.
I think you mean on the enemy side.
Yeah, on the enemy side. Yep.
Okay, so look at that, what he did. So not only
Mhm.
did he run out there, and this is a really smart move, and for players out there, what he did there is to try and totally block off the idea of Dorsey running up and getting into contact with the little girl. So he is presenting himself as a barrier now to protect the child that is a witness to the burning of this building over here, still smoking. All
I
right.
see that. That's a lot of smoke.
I know. I know. You should see the inside. Um, all right. Oh, doggone it. Again, I forgot to ask Chris. Chris, is there any reason you would want to play a card when Denton activated?
Um, uh, I think I will put an
Okay.
unseen peril on.
Okay. Okay. So that's a fairly risky move on Chris's part, but if it works, it shuts Denton down and stops him from getting out there. This could be huge. If this pays off, it could be big. Give me an unseen peril, Bessie.
One with cunning or might.
One with cunning and might. That's not the peril Chris was hoping for. Okay, Denton has 3 die 10 in might. I think he's going to be able to roll at least one success. I mean, what are the chances? What are the chances
Why'd
that
you
I
say
don't
these
roll a
things?
single success?
Why
Here we go.
are you like this?
That's the way my brother, my mother raised me. All right, you got the one success you needed, so you passed
Yay!
the
Woohoo!
peril.
I'll play my buy some time.
Okay, how do you want to use that buy some time? Are you going to use it to draw 2 cards, or are you going to use it to add a turn?
We're gonna go with 2 cards.
Okay, draw the man 2 cards.
All right, a sucker punch and a focus.
Sucker punch and a focus. And the play stands. You moved out there, and you are now in contact with the little girl. So just a heads up to players out there. Every time you activate a character, it is a good idea to ask the opponent if they want to play any cards, right? That should be just a kind of a normal thing, especially if you're in a really tricky spot, you're in a really tricky situation where you don't necessarily want to have to go back. It's always a better idea to say, would you like to play any cards when I activate Denton? And, give them that opportunity, because once they say no, you're free to go and you don't have to go back. But if you don't give them that opportunity, then you kind of owe it to them to go back if they decide that they wanted to play a
Plus,
card.
after they see what you did, then they might want to.
Especially after they see what you did. Absolutely. Okay. So, Dave, you are still the director. Do you want to continue activating, or do you want Chris to go?
I think I'm gonna continue to activate.
I think you are too.
Let's. I want to move Kato up there, in front of DA Denton.
Okay. So trying to do a blocker here. So he's going to come up and be maybe at the fender there, or the tire of the fire truck. Just a little piddle, just marking that tire
Right.
there a little bit. No big deal. Don't judge Kato.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
All right. So Kato is done. Are you going to continue activating, or are you going to ask someone else to go?
We'll continue, and we'll move Father O. Move up there also if he can get
Okay.
in front of DA Denton.
He could be in front of DA Denton and behind Kato, or do you want Father O to be in meat shield position?
We'll put him in meat shield position.
So he's all the way
Oh.
in front of Kato. All right. Well, you don't have
He's
a lot
trying.
of
He's
room
trying
there.
to. He senses there's going to be violence. He's trying to.
He's
talk
trying to
sense
stop
in
the
everything.
violence. He's
Right.
trying to stop the fighting.
Mhm.
Oh, good. Oh, good old Father O. Good old Father
Gotta
O.
play in character here.
That's right. You still have 2 characters left that have not activated. You have Dottie, the streetwalker here. And you
Oh my
have
God.
What?
You didn't have to phrase it like that.
She's walking across the street. How else do you phrase it? She's a streetwalker.
Don't play dumb with me.
It's not plague. All right. Mr. Low. How low can you go?
All right.
What are you going to do here? Are you going to activate Dottie and Betty, or are you going to hold on to their activations?
I'm gonna hold off.
I knew it. I could smell that one. Yeah. So he's holding on to those activations, boys and girls. That's a really smart play on Mr. Lowe's part. You can tell he's played some Pulp Alley in his day. So that's a good, smart play. So instead of activating his last 2 characters, so remember that for the record, Dottie and Betty have not activated. He's going to ask Chris Girardi to start pummeling him. Chris Girardi, start the pummeling.
Okay. Lutz is going to try for the plot point.
That's the spirit. All right, give me a peril.
Bum, bum, bum. 2 with cunning or might.
What camera am I on?
That one.
This one, okay.
That's going to be cunning, obviously.
All right. He's going to go with cunning.
Yep.
Lutz is a fairly cunning gentleman, I tell you. Mr. Lutz. Now let me double check Dave's cards. Okay. I don't see anything there. Chris Lutz has 3 die 8 in cunning. All right, here we go. Do you have any cards? No. Okay, here is your 3 die 8, and you need to get 2 of these. And you did. Easy peasy. Give me
Yay.
another challenge. So that was the peril. So the witness is nervous. Tries to get away. So that was the dangerous part. Remember that. The peril is the dangerous part of the plot point of the challenge. The second part is actually, so now you've passed the dangerous part, but now you have to convince the witness to join you, to hand over the information. Now I need 2 successes with might or finesse. And you've got 3 die 8 in finesse. I assume you're using finesse here?
Yep.
Hey, you know what? You have inspiring. Is there any reason why you would? I don't know why you wouldn't go ahead and use your inspiring. Inspiring.
I agree.
Once per turn, a colleague within 12 inches gains a +1 bonus for a challenge. Dorsey cannot. So yeah, you're within range, and I don't know necessarily that you would use it on anything else. Do you want to throw that extra dice in there or not?
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Okay. All right. He is inspiring. That's something that I really like about this character. And this is something that Chris Girardi created himself. Dorsey really is focused on his team. He's got rally and disarming and inspiring. So rather than just like being a really big, beefy leader type, he actually helps his team quite a bit. So that can really pay off. He's got 4 dice to roll. He only needs 2 of these. Easy peasy. You got the 2 you needed. That was close. And the plot point is completed. You know, something I forgot to do was to move my wandering.
Yeah, they didn't wander.
They didn't wander, did they? So let's just wander them real quick.
All right, let's do it.
Let's use this camera. This is for Quinn. Who's 5 inches over this way. This is for Choo Choo. 1 inch back. Okay, now we did our wandering. Choo Choo's in the alley over here. Quinn is in this alley over here. Where is it? Where is she? Oh, there she is. There's Quinn. All right. So that's going to make we're going to remove the witness from the table. The plot point is completed now. Gone. I'm going to remove that marker from the table. I need a random blue card for Chris. Draw it out of there, Bessie.
Just me do it. Okay. It is, ooh, experience card.
Now notice I'm gonna set the am I on this camera? I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna set the plot point there on Lutz to kind of show that, to make sure we know that Lutz has a hold of that. So that is not a no drop plot point. This could be lost if Lutz uh, gets hit or goes down, I should say.
Okay.
Oh, there's the experience card, Chris. That's your first experience card.
Yeah, it is.
Also, look at that. For the bonus on this card, it says instead of rolling a recovery check for this character, you may discard to automatically pass the check. This is one of our 10th anniversary rewards. That's what we're
All
using
right.
today. So that's what Let's has right now. That also makes you the director now. Do you want to continue activating, or do you want to say, hey, Mr. Lowe, why don't you go ahead and activate those two characters you saved?
Yeah, Dave, why don't you go ahead?
All right.
Okay.
Smart move on Chris's part there.
All right. Let's move Dottie towards the guy over there, the plot point.
Okay. So she's going to be 1 inch away.
Okay.
Or you could be in contact, but that would just be a run. Do you want to be on the plot point?
Um,
Is that a plot point?
There's a minor plot point, yes.
I thought it was a bystander.
Do you see where the camera's pointing?
Yeah.
The fella by the shoe shine stand is a plot point. Choo Choo is around the corner over there, and that's the bystander, the ones with the green buttons under them. That's a
Oh,
bystander,
I thought they.
and that's a
I thought they
bystander.
were the plot points. Okay, I misunderstood. I thought they were the plot points.
No, no. Those are the bystanders, and the plot points have the little silver buttons under them.
Okay.
Okay. Back to David. Do you want to be in contact, or do you want to be an inch away?
might as well just put her in contact.
Okay.
Yeah.
She cuddles up next to the hooligan, looking for a shoe shine, a spit shine. And then we have what?
You are on thin ice.
Betty. What's Betty gonna do?
Betty
Are you
is
doing the
going
plot point?
to, yeah, plot
I'm
point.
checking cards. I
plot
don't
point.
see anything to play. Here is your peril. The peril is 2 with might, finesse, or cunning. She's got 4 die 8 in finesse. She's gonna finesse him.
What? How many was it again?
4 die 8.
No,
And you're gonna
no.
need to get 2 successes. Do you want to throw that focus in there?
Hold on. Let me see.
4 die 8 is the number.
Yeah, let's throw in the focus.
Oh, he doesn't want to risk it. He says, I'll throw that focus in there for an extra dice. So now he's going to get 5d8, and I only need to roll 2 successes. How possibly could I fail that? There's no way. There's no way you could fail that. Okay, I got the 2 successes I needed. And now that's the dangerous part. Now the challenge says 1 with finesse. So you got 4 die 8 to get 1 success. Am I ready to roll, Dave?
Yep.
Here it is. You got it.
Yay.
Okay, draw him a blue card. Well
Bum,
done,
bum,
sir.
bum.
Well done.
Once per turn, discard to gain a +1 dodge or cunning until the end of the turn.
To discard to gain a +1 bonus
To dodge or cunning.
to dodge or cunning. So remember that only applies to the character that's holding that card. So some people ask that. So just for clarity. So I'm going to put the witness there on her card. I'm also going to stack the reward with her. So remember, the top part of the card is the scenario bonus, and this applies only during this scenario. The bottom part only applies if you are still holding this card at the end of the scenario. All
And
right.
that was
The other,
what was the league reward for that one? That was that the gear?
Yeah.
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 Okay. All right. Thanks.
Yep. The other thing that happens is that passing a plot point or collecting a reward also makes you the director. So now, hey, don't forget you have a Fortune's favor, Dave. We don't want to forget that.
Okay.
So your associate was Lavender, the feisty secretary of D.A. Denton, paid off today, and she's got Fortune's favor in effect during this scenario. Let's try to remember that. That makes Dave the director, but you know what? He's activated all of his characters, so now we're going back to Mr. Girardi. What is Task Force 2 going to do now? Are things going to start getting hot? Mr.
Yeah.
Lowe has recaptured control of the cone. I'm going to try and give you a better picture of things, of what's about to break loose over here. Are the boys in blue going to activate? Are you going to send in O'Malley? Is Dorsey going to go in?
Actually, the boys in blue are going to go have a talk with Father O.
Okay. Now,
Oh.
do they want to find a position near this vehicle and shoot at Father O, or do they just want to go in fists a flying?
Put them. No, they want to go fists a flying, but put them as much in cover. Well, I don't know if they could be kind of in cover from D.A. Denton or not, and still be in contact with him.
Sorta. Now, I just want to caution everybody out there. Once you decide to rush, the time for finesse goes out the window, and you are supposed to just take the most direct route, and you just go. It's
That's
not about, well, I want to put 1 foot behind the mailbox, right?
That's fine.
It's about just going. Once the decision is made to rush, you just go.
Okay.
But
That's good.
because they are a big character, or basically a big mob, they are going to be in contact with the fire truck, so they will actually have cover. So there they are.
Okay.
Boys in blue have closed
Poor
in
Father O.
with Father O, and this is going to get hot. So the boys in blue are rolling 4, die 6. Father O, do you want to dodge this with 2 die 6 or brawl back with 2 die 6?
Um,
I'm going to
let's
double
go
check my
back with
calculations and make sure I got the right number there. So they would normally start for a gang. It's based off of the total number of models divided by 2. So that will give them 3 dice because you round up. And they are fierce. And that's what that extra dice comes from. So they will have 4 die 6.
Okay, let
Father
me
O,
think.
are you going to dodge? Or are you
Let's
going
see
to
what we're going
brawl?
to do. We will.
We know he can't shoot. So that's not really a question.
You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to break away.
Okay, so there he's declaring a dodge, and what he will do now is break away. So now, Chris, here's the question. So what he's going to do is he's going to end this fight, and he's going to move 1 to 3 inches in any direction by using a fortune card. Would you like to say no and use your misfortune to cancel his attempt to break away?
No, I'll save it.
Smart move, I think. I think that's a smart move.
Yeah.
He doesn't care if Father O gets away.
Oh,
All
he
right.
should. Father O is dangerous.
He knows he'll go running back to the church pretty soon anyway. So breakaway takes effect. Father O, you may disengage and move. Yeah. 1 to 3 inches in any direction.
Okay, we'll move him back on
You
the
want to
other
get
side.
behind Kato or beside
No.
Kato, or what do you want to do?
Kind of to the side of him, but back a little bit more.
Okay. All right. So he's still in front of Denton.
Right.
So you're behind Kato, kind of to the side. I think based on your description, I'm going to put him right there. All right.
Yeah.
Chris Girardi, you are still the director. Do you send in Bulldog? Do you send in Dorsey? Do you just try and make nicey nice with the kindly doggy? What do you want to do here? Is it going
Am
to be a
I the
dogfight in the
director?
middle of the street?
Am I the director, or is I'm still just activating?
You are not the director.
Okay.
You
Okay.
are
Well, you said that.
activating.
I was confused.
I
Okay.
apologize. He's out of characters. He has nobody left to activate.
Right.
So he
Right.
doesn't. It's really just there's no
I got
decision
you.
there. It's you got it. Who do you
Okay.
think you want to activate here? Kato
You
is
know
the
what?
next target. If
Yeah.
you want to rush,
Send,
then you'll.
send O'Malley against Kato.
Oh, it's a dog fight in
It
the
is
middle of
dog
the
fight.
street. Well, Kato. Now things just got hot because Bulldog O'Malley is feisty. Bulldog O'Malley has 5D8 of brawling. He doesn't even bark. That dog does not even have a bark at all. He is all bite. So he's got 5D8 coming at you.
What is? How much? How much does Kato have?
We don't know that yet. That's about where I'm going to get to.
Uh,
Kato could either brawl you with 3 die 6, or he could dodge with 3 die 6. So I'm going to ask Mr. Lowe, what are you going to do? Are you going to brawl, or are you going to dodge?
I'll brawl.
Okay, so Kato has 3 die 6 versus 5D8. Who's going to throw a sucker punch in there? Who wants to throw a sucker punch on top of that?
I'm gonna save mine.
He says 5D8's more than enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw mine in.
Okay, all right. Kato says, I need a little bit more oomph. Throws a Scooby snack in there, gets up to 4 die 6. All right, here we go. The fight is on, boys and girls. I love this. This is a lot of fun right now. Here we go. 5D6 or 5D8. All successes, an 8, 2 7s, and 2 4s. Oh, Bulldog O'Malley is marking his territory. And here we go.
I think he's upset about the piddle.
I think he's upset about that. He saw that dog piddling on his tire over there.
Oh my stars.
Kato got a 5.
Oh, Dave, come on now.
And so it begins.
It's not my fault.
Yeah.
It's not my fault.
Was that average?
That was fairly average roll. See, he rolled all successes, so I had to flip it over.
Yeah.
Mr. Girardi, would you like to cancel his 1 success, or do you want to take it on the chin? You can cancel it and still deliver 4 hits. How do you want to play
Yeah.
it?
Let's just do it. I'll cancel his hit.
Okay. So he's going to knock your 1 success out, and then he make you do a 4 dice health check. Here is your roll. Boom. Look at that. It's a failure. Kato is down.
Oh, Kato.
Kato got savaged by Bulldog O'Malley. Oh, brutal. Brutal. All right. Let's see. And that, boys and girls, guess what happens there? If you clearly win a fight, and that's exactly what Bulldog O'Malley just did, that's going to make Chris Girardi the director now. Chris, you still have 1 character that has not activated. What is Dorsey going to do? So he could move up and shoot at Father O. Father O does not have any shooting dice at all.
Let's do that. Just for kicks.
Yep. Sure. Why not? How close do you want to be? Do you want to be like an inch away?
No, put him kind of. Put him a little bit behind the boys in blue, so they're the first target for DA Denton.
Okay. All right. And that'll still get you into close range. So he moves up something like this. So he is clearly behind the boys in blue, and he will fire from there. So that's going to give him. By the way, remember he does have a brand new spanking revolver, so he's all super excited to use that. That's what's from his associate at the gun shop. Got him up to 2 dice plus one gets him up to 3 dice plus the short range, so 4 dice 6 coming at Father O.
Four
Father
dice
O.
six.
It's 4 die 10.
Okay, whatever. I mean, if you want to use D10s, that's fine. I'll use 4 die 10 then. Double checking cards. I got nothing. I guess I should have asked you, Chris. Did you want to play the stay down when Kato went down?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. So, but I had to ask. So here is your 4 die 10 of Schutzen. A 4 and a 6 on Father O. You know what? Father O can dodge that. He's got 2 dice in dodge. Here it is. A 5 and a 5 is not enough. 5 will stop the 4, but that 5 is not big enough to handle the 6, and that means Father O is going to have to roll a 1 dice health check, double checking cards. Here's the roll. A 2, and Father O goes down in the street.
This is pretty rough.
Oh man. I feel like who is it? Like Paper Tiger? Is that who did the Chicago? The night Chicago died. You guys remember that song? Was that Paper Tiger? Did I just make that
I
up?
don't remember. I know the song, but I don't know who did it.
Brother, what a night the people saw. What a night the people saw. Glory be.
And that concludes our musical.
Oh no, there will be more. There will be
No, it
more.
concludes.
The night Chicago died. Na 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 na.
It's concluded, sir.
Okay, whatever. We're losing viewers. We're losing viewers.
Switch the camera.
Chris has retained control of the initiative. We are ending that turn, and we're starting turn number 3. We have some recovery checks to roll. We have some recovery checks. We have 2 of D.A. Denton's folks down. Mr. Lowe, I have 2 dice in this cup. Hey, don't forget that Dave rolled for his random event. He rolled vehicle, so we decided that this police vehicle right here is actually usable by his league. If his league wants to get in this vehicle and drive it around, that's actually possible in this scenario. Okay. Dave, I got a red dice and a blue dice. I'm sorry, a red dice and a white dice in this cup. Which one of them is for Kato?
The white.
White is for Kato. White is a failure. Kato
Father O
is removed from play. Father O says, I kick ass for the Lord. And he is back on his feet. Because that's his one line.
They didn't write anything else.
Well, it's a writer's strike, so that's the only line that he gets.
Right,
Is,
pulling a
I
bullet.
kick ass for the Lord. Pulling a bullet. Starting turn number 3.
Chris got a trip
Chris
up.
Girardi, man, oh man, you drew a trip up. A trip up.
Dave got a free pass.
Dave, you drew a free pass. Dave, you drew a free pass. Now, this is a tricky situation to be in. Let's take a look at this because, we got Betty back here. We got Dottie. This is the situation up here. Now, Father O is back on his feet. This is going to have to be a bum rush situation. It's going to be awfully hard to get Denton off of that plot point, but you know what? There is one card that's capable of doing it, and it just happens to be sitting in Chris Girardi's hands. It's the card that everybody wants when they need it, but otherwise they hate seeing it. It's called stumble. It is called stumble, and that could be used to knock Denton back off of that plot point. Let's see what happens here. Mr. Girardi, have you got a play put together? What is the play?
Lutz is going to go after the plot point on the other side of the street.
Very
The other side.
interesting. Very interesting. He wants more of those resources. Boys and girls, I want to remind you all that this is the video. This right here is the video that you need to put a comment on once it posts. So here in a couple hours after the game is over and the video is uploaded to YouTube, you can't do it while it's live, but after this video posts, you want to come back to it and put a comment on it, and that's going to get you entered into the drawing for one of these city block warehouses. We're going to give this away live next Thursday. So if you didn't already, you need to go back and put a comment on last Sunday's game on the 21st. Go back to that video and put a comment on it. Doesn't really matter what it says. Just say enter or comment or hooty doo. You know, if you feel like it, if that's how you choose to live your life. I'm not going to judge you. So put a comment on last Sunday's game and put a comment on this Sunday's game today, this video right here. And that could get you 2 entries into the drawing. We're going to do that live next Thursday during our normally scheduled live Thursday evening game, 8 p.m. I'm sorry, not game, but video at 8 p.m. on Thursday evenings. Now back to the game. Chris Girardi, I apologize. I got a little sidetracked there. What are you doing?
That's all right.
Oh, Lutz is heading for another plot point.
Mm-hmm.
He wants that other plot point. I see what he's up to. So I think I can get you there with a big 12-inch move. I can get you right on top of it. So a big 12-inch move will just put you right on top of that plot point. Actually, just 10 inches. Once you get over there, well, if you wanted to try it, you could shoot down the road. It was a run move to get there. You could shoot down the road at Betty.
That's what I was going to do.
Okay, from right there.
Oh, we didn't wander.
Okay, let's wander. Let's wander. Thank you,
Oh.
whoever remembered that. Here is
welcome.
for Quinn. Quinn moves back an inch. Here is for Choo Choo. Choo Choo is taking off running. Choo Choo hears the sound of gunfire and dogs fighting and all kinds of barking. And Choo Choo takes off.
Perhaps a yelp.
Yeah, or running. Kato took off as well. So there's Choo Choo. All right. So there's that. So for the record, am I on this camera here?
Yep.
Okay. So Quinn moved back an inch. She's still pretty darn close to the action over here. Choo Choo, on the other hand, took off a running, and Choo Choo's back behind the warehouse now. Does not want to be anywhere near whatever's going on up there. From right there, Lutz has a shot down the road there at Betty Bixler. Let's see. I don't know if I can actually get both of them on frame. Oh, there we go. Sort of. All right. So here's Lutz in the red cap, and there's Betty way down there. I don't think that's over 24 inches. It could be close. So let's double check it. Just on the rare instance that there's a long range shot, and it's not. Okay. So you're going to have your normal shooting of 4 die 8, but you ran, so that's going to put you down to 3 die 8. If I put that right there, Is that on camera?
Yep.
Okay, so 3 die 8 is coming at you, Miss Bixler. Miss Bixler, you have 3 die 8 coming at you. How are you going to respond? You could either shoot. Okay. Okay. Dodging with 3 die 8.
Yep.
All right. Here we go.
Does he want to discard the reward?
Oh, you do have your reward card says if you discard, You gain a +1 dodge or cunning until the end of the turn.
Hmm.
You have a free pass, a steady aim, and a clear shot.
Ugh.
Maybe the clear shot. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and discard the clear shot.
Okay. Clear shot goes away. It's going to get you an extra dice. So you're going to have 4 die 8. Here we go. Here's the roll. Here's the shootin'. It's a shootout. 3 die 8 from Lutz. He got a 7. A 7. Now, Betty has got to get a 7 or an 8 on one of these dice. And she
Yay.
does. She avoids the damage. Okay. You are still in control of the situation. Mr. Girardi, what do you want to do?
Have the boys in blue have another talk with Father O.
Okay. It went well last time, you know.
Yeah.
Let's try it again.
They're conversationalists.
They are. So, do they want to stay where they're at and just shoot at him, or do they want to go up close and personal?
Up close and personal.
Okay. Here we go. They are around O'Malley there. So if they can clear him out of the way, then they can get to Denton. That's what he's trying to do here. They're trying to clear him off of there so that somebody can get to Denton. All right. They are going to be rolling 4 die 6. Father O, do you want to dodge? Do you want to brawl?
I think I'm going to dodge.
Okay.
And Dave, I'm going to go ahead and use my sucker punch this time.
All right. That's going to give you 5 die 6. 5d6 of Father O beatdown. Looking at cards, got nothing. Here we go. And you got a 6 and a 6. So 2 6s. Father O could actually avoid that if he rolls 2 6s. It's the only
see.
situation. Let's see.
See what you
I
got.
kick ass for the Lord. And he got a 6, and that
Oh.
means he's going to have to roll a 1 dice health check. Let's do it, boys and girls. He only needs one of these, 4 or better, and he remains on his feet.
Well,
Now you'll notice there, and this question comes up, can I disengage? And no, you cannot, because you suffered a hit. To be able to disengage, you have to avoid the hits. And the trigger there is, did you roll a health check? If you rolled a health check, then you cannot disengage, because that means you were hit. All right.
send in O'Malley on Father O.
All right. O'Malley goes in now.
Oh,
O'Malley jumps
Beef.
in there now. Oh dear. Are you going to dodge again?
Yeah.
Hey, here's an interesting thing about Father O. He is a true believer, so that means he almost always rolls 2 dice for everything, and that includes he ignores the normal fight modifiers. So he would not lose a dice. If he wanted to brawl, he would still get to roll 2 dice. Or if he dodges, he still gets to roll 2 dice. But 5 die 8 of savage beatdown coming from the wild beast here of Bulldog O'Malley.
Woo!
Here is the roll.
Wow.
4 5 successes.
Oh,
5 successes. And that means I'm going to roll no successes on the next roll. So an 8, 2 6s, a 5, and a 4. Good golly, Miss Molly. Here we go. 2 dice 6 dodge. Gets 1 success, so you're going to stop one of those, and you'll still have to roll a 4 dice health check. Anybody want to take odds on that one? And what do you know? Father O is down.
Oh.
But
Well.
that has cleared the path. And I'm going to ask
Denton.
you, Chris, would you like to play your stay down? Is that a no?
I've been debating that because there are more important people than him, so I don't want to just waste it. But at the same time, Yeah, go ahead. I'll just go ahead and play it.
Yep. Because if you play it now, that's going to keep him down for the turn, and he will not get back up and be in your way at the end of this turn, at least. So I'm going to put that card out there to help remember that. But now the way to D.A. Denton is cleared. What is Dorsey going to do? I don't think Dorsey can handle D.A. Denton in a brawl. Let's double check.
Oh,
You know
those are
what?
fighting
You know
words.
what? They're actually fairly evenly matched. They both have 3 die 10 in brawl. So, okay.
Now,
What do you think you want to do here, Dorsey?
You know, just out of curiosity, because I've never really run across this, because none of my plot points have ever been humans, my major plot points. But can I shoot? Can I move up and shoot at him?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The plot point is not a character. It is not a. It's not something that you can harm. It is the plot points, and that's a really good question. If a plot point is normally just part of the story. It is not there to be something to be beat up or to be attacked or things like that on a normal basis. If a scenario allows that, then it would be part of the special rules. I'm not saying that you couldn't do that, but that would be a special rule for that scenario. Normally, they are untouchable.
And Dave, what does D.A. Denton shoot?
Oh, it's only like 1d4 if I remember right. Okay,
you might want to check that.
two die 8. So he's not a great shooter. You could outgun him. You could run over here and jump behind the mailbox and do some gunning with him, or I don't know.
Yeah, just move him up behind O'Malley and blast away.
Okay, so Dorsey comes up behind O'Malley using Bulldog O'Malley's teeth, using Bulldog O'Malley's teeth as cover, and blasts
That's
away.
pretty good cover.
That is pretty
Jaws
good cover.
of
That's gonna be a 4 die 6 attack coming at
4 die 10.
Okay, whatever. I mean, just go ahead and cheat if you need to.
Just make it
4
up
die
as you go
10.
along. That's all right.
Yeah, just make it up as you go. 4 die 10 coming at that's a fancy revolver right there.
It is fancy.
Now, Denton, what do you do here? You could shoot back with 3 die 8. You could dodge with 3 die 10.
You got a steady aim over there.
You do have a steady aim in your back pocket. You could whoop that out on him. Whip it out. You could whip it out on him.
I think I'm going to dodge.
3 die 10 of dodge. He wants to hold his position. Okay. 4 die 10 of shooting. Here it comes. Boom. A 10. Okay. Dorsey got a 10 and nothing else. Here's the dodge. So that means Denton's going to have to get a 10. Checking cards. He did not get a 10.
Oh,
so that means Denton takes a hit. And Denton's going to have to roll a 1 dice health check. Now, at this time right here.
He has can of beans, so he ignores the first check, right? Or is that recovery?
It's recovery.
I can't remember. Okay.
Yeah, it's recovery. So he's not ignoring what's coming at him right now, mister. So Denton has taken a hit. Now, I don't know that this is the right time to do it, but you could use your stumble right now and try and bump him off of the major plot point.
Yeah.
The thing is, he hasn't activated any of his other characters. So
yeah, I understand.
Yeah. And this will be your last character to activate for this turn.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So I'm trying to think.
Save the stumble.
All right, I'm going to save the stumble for now, and here is your health check. Here is the health check. If you had a character available to move in there, that would be awesome. But right now, he could just thwart it. Here's the health check,
Made
and
it.
he is not injured. So he takes the slug, he grits his teeth, and he will not go down. All right. That means, Chris Girardi, you have activated all of your characters, and now David Lowe gets to come into play. He's going to have a chance to do that major plot point now. Nobody is in contact with him. All right, here we go. David Lowe, who are you going to activate?
Let's get Denton out of the way, and
Let's get Denton out of the way.
see if he
So,
can.
are you activating?
talk
You're
to-
going to activate Denton, and you're going to attempt the plot point.
Yep.
Okay. So here.
Talk the little girl into coming along with him.
Okay. Come with me if you want to live. Instead of drawing a card, you could use your free pass to automatically pass the peril. Or-
No, I think I'm going to do that.
Okay, so you're going to hold on to the free pass. I think that's a good move.
Yeah.
Good move. So here is your peril.
One.
With finesse or cunning. One
Okay.
with finesse or cunning, sir. And you know what? You've got 3 die 10 in finesse. I'm sorry, cunning. 3 die 10 in cunning. And here we go. You only need one of these. There's no way I can fail that.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh!
there's no
Shut
way,
your
right?
trap.
There's no way you can fail on 3 die 10. Let's see what we got here. And
Got it.
got it.
Oh.
So you pass the peril. What do you know? The little girl does not actually beat you up, although she does swing the dolly at you. Now it's the plot point.
What does Lavender do?
Huh? What? Lavender? He can replace the challenge with something
Yeah.
from his hand.
So I got. So what I'm going to do is for that one is for the challenge, I'm going to replace the whatever you pull out of there
Yeah, with the free pass.
with the free pass.
So here is here's the challenge. Well, let's see what it is. Let's see what it is first.
Yeah.
It's only 1 with finesse. You have 2 die 8. You might as well just
No.
roll that.
No,
No.
he said no.
Okay.
Nope.
So he's going to use Fortune's favor. He's going to use Lavender, who gave him the inside scoop on this, the feisty secretary.
Yes, she is.
So he's going to replace that challenge. He doesn't even want to roll 1 die. He's going to just roll 1. He's going to replace that challenge with the challenge number on the free pass. And that means he needs to roll 0 successes. And it is passed. All right. So a blue card. And Denton now has a hold of the witness. That card says you could discard to gain a +1 brawl or might until the end of the turn. That's what your reward is.
And a backup.
Yeah, and it would give you a backup, which that's the league reward.
Right.
Okay. And that makes you the director.
Bum bum bum.
It's not. It's. I don't know. What do you guys think? You're the director now. Hurst has already activated all of his characters. You still have
Dottie?
2 characters to activate, Dottie and Betty. What are they going to do? Oh, he's thinking.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's never a good sign.
It's always dangerous.
No, it's not.
That's dangerous.
It is.
That's
So,
dangerous right there. Be sure and hit the like button, boys and girls. If you're watching our video today, please take a moment and watch this one or hit that like button for us. Let's see. Here's our buddies. Here's our buddies from the faraway land of New Mexico and Kansas. Look at them waving their happy faces. Look behind the scenes at the crazy gadgets that we use to run this little silliness.
Right.
Okay. So you got Dottie, you got Betty. What are they going to do?
Betty's going to move up to the cop car there, behind it.
Hey, Jeff. Thank you so much for joining today. Thank you so much for joining. Betty's running up to the cop car. That's as
Yeah.
far as she wants to go. So she's kind of holding back a little bit. She doesn't want to get
So we're-
too.
He doesn't have any characters left, right?
He does
Correct.
not have anybody to activate.
Okay, yeah. Put her up near the hood of the front of the cop car.
Okay. All right. So she's so from there she could actually shoot. That was only about a 6-inch move, a little bit less. She has Bulldog O'Malley would be the nearest target if she wanted to pop off a little bit here.
And he has no shoot dice, right?
That is correct. The Bulldog
Okay.
does not have any shoot dice.
All right, so I wouldn't be losing anything. So let's just go ahead and shoot him.
Pop off a little bit there. So she has
Yoo-hoo.
3 dice 6, and I don't think you're in short range. That looks pretty close enough to measure. Just a little bit over. So that's all you're going to have is 3 dice 6. Here is your roll. Checking. Oh, Chris, you didn't want to play as trip up or anything when he activated her, did you?
No, not this time.
Okay. All right. So here is the 3 dice 6 at Bulldog. Got nothing. Okay. Okay. All righty. Okay. Just as you were. The play stands. What's Dottie gonna do?
She is gonna re-roll one of those dice just because.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
She is sharp. She is sharp. That gal. She turned it into a 4. Now he's gonna have to roll a dodge. Bulldog O'Malley only has
3d8.
3 die 8 in dodge. All right. So if
He's a
he could,
big
if
boy.
one of these could show up as a 4, and what do you know? Okay. So Bulldog O'Malley successfully avoids the damage. Okay.
Caught it in his teeth.
Mhm. What's Dottie gonna do over here? Is she still doing
Will you pass me the mouse?
the
Yeah.
shine?
Get the shoe shine.
Yeah.
Is
You know
she
what,
still
Dottie?
over there?
Dottie is going to. I don't know if I want to do that or not.
Well,
I-
let's find out.
Yeah, she is going to.
She could move up and shoot at somebody, or
No,
she
I
could
think
attempt that.
she is going to move up, but she's going to move up to the front of the
Sedan.
front of cab there. Yeah, the van.
Mhm.
And how far away does that put her from Denton?
How far does that put her from Denton? That puts
Yeah.
her
Just curious.
about
About
7 inches.
7 inches.
Over
Yeah, move her.
6.
Yeah, move her right up to the front of it.
Okay, so she is exposing herself.
Yeah.
Is that what I heard?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. So you are now 6 inches from the streetwalker.
Okay.
Say it again.
She's about to walk across the street. It just looks like she.
Right.
You know what you're saying, and I don't appreciate it.
All right. I take it back. I withdraw the question, Your Honor.
You're on thin ice, counselor.
Is that all your activations?
I think so.
I think that's all you got left in this game.
Yep.
I think that's all you got left. What is Denton going to just take off running?
He can't.
Yeah. He
I think
is.
he is. I think on the next turn,
Oh, yeah.
he's just going to take off running.
Oh yeah.
I think he's going to take off running.
Why would he stand there?
Why would he stand there? That's a really good point. Why would he stand there? Okay, here we go. And Dorsey and everybody's going to be chasing him down. Hey, come back here.
Oh, good
We'll
Lord.
find out. We'll find out what happens here.
Yeah.
So much for playing in character. I don't know, but maybe he has to get the witness to safety, right? He's not thinking about his, you know, his honor. It's more about protecting the witness and getting the witness to safety. Wow.
Sometimes retreating is the better part of
Wow.
valor.
Yeah. Well, he was a Marine, so here we go.
Pulling a bullet.
Pulling a bullet.
We don't have any recovery
We
checks.
do have recovery checks.
Oh.
Nobody.
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 Damn it. Nobody.
A misfortune.
Misfortune. Oh. Oh ho ho. Mr. David Lowe is like thanking the card gods right now for that misfortune.
And a bad feeling for
And
Chris.
a bad feeling. Oh, but Chris Girardi. I think there's going to be some really fancy card playing coming up here. Some really fancy card playing. Mr. Girardi, your card was called Bad Feeling. Bad Feeling is the card.
And what does that do?
What that does is anytime somebody draws a challenge, if you don't like the card that they drew, and this includes yourself or any other player, then you can play Bad Feeling to make them draw a different card.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. This is tricky. This is really tricky right here. I think let's see what happens. The stay down is now out of effect. Father O had to stay down, and for those of you that this question comes up every once in a while, stay down does not mean you failed the recovery check. It means that it was not rolled. If you did not roll your recovery check, then it could not have been failed. It could not have been passed. It wasn't rolled. And the only way that a character goes out of play is by failing the roll. So what stay down does is it's in the title. They just stay down for another turn, and he gets to roll at the end of the next turn. Denton, what are you going to do? You are the director. Do you activate first? I think you have to.
I have to. Yeah.
I think you have to activate first. This is going to get really
Right.
tricky right here. Watch
It
what
is.
happens here, boys and girls. There's going to be some ferocious card playing coming. Denton, who are you activating?
Denton's going to activate.
Denton is activating. Chris Girardi, do you have a card that you would like to play?
Yeah, I've got a quick question, and it's going to give away what I'm doing. But if I play my card that I want to play, and he plays his misfortune, and I play my misfortune, do they just all go away? Or does my misfortune
your misfortune will cancel his misfortune. So the initial card that you play will have its effects. Like, let's say you played Trip Up right now.
Just for fun.
Just for fun. Let's just pretend that maybe we're
Just
talking about a card called Trip Up. So if you play Trip Up and he plays Misfortune to stop it, then you can play Misfortune to stop his misfortune, and that means his misfortune has no effect, which leaves your Trip Up in effect.
Okay.
I hope everybody followed that.
Yeah,
just hypothetically speaking.
Yeah. Well, hypothetically, I think that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. So he's going to play his Trip Up. Okay. So he's saying that you cannot move over 3 inches. So now you have to decide, Mr. Lowe, is it worth it? Is it worth it to play that misfortune? Knowing that he has a misfortune, do you need to lure that misfortune out of his hand? Maybe you have to do it. I don't know.
Yeah, not at this point.
Oh, Mr. Lowe says no, and he's going to hold on to his misfortune. He says, the end result is I'm going to end up having to move 3 inches anyway, so I'll go ahead and stick with it. All right. So you cannot move over 3 inches. So you're going to move 3 inches backward and drop a burst on all of those characters that are standing out there.
How did you know that?
I've seen the reruns.
Do I not have a poker face, Dave? What's the...
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Lowe, do you have a preference on the direction? Do you want to move back towards the police car where Betty is hanging out? Were you wanting to move like behind the fire truck? Where is there a preference
So
at all?
we're gonna move. We're gonna move. Well, let me see. No, we're gonna move back towards where Betty's at.
Okay. So a 3-inch move puts you right there. Okay. You know what we forgot to do was these gals. So Quinn moves 6 inches away. She's taken off. She doesn't want to be here anymore. She says, whatever's going on over there. And Choo Choo moves 3 inches further away as well. So Choo Choo's back there. All right. So nothing big happened there. They just ran and avoiding whatever's going on. So that should have happened at the beginning of the turn. So DA Denton moves his 3 inches back, and then he's going to place a burst on all of the characters that are standing there. So if you put it on top of Bulldog O'Malley, it's going to catch everybody there.
Hmm.
So we draw one challenge for that. So draw that card.
Oh,
It's a 3. It's a 3.
Of course
Holy
it is.
crap, Bola. So, Mr. Girardi. Now that's interesting. That is really interesting. Mr. Girardi, you could play your bad feeling and say no to that card and draw a different challenge.
Yeah, I think we're gonna try that.
I'm gonna
Okay.
misfortune the bad feeling.
Okay. All right. So now we get into it. He says he wants to play his misfortune to draw a different card. Now, Mr. David Lowe says, I'm going to play my misfortune to stop the bad feeling. Now, Mr. Girardi, do you want to say no to his no? You want to stop? You want to use your misfortune to cancel his misfortune?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. So now all of the misfortunes are out of play. So the misfortune cancels that misfortune. That means the bad feeling takes effect, and we're going to change the challenge that was drawn, and it is no longer a 3.
oh,
And
one
it
with
is
might or
now
finesse.
a 1. It is
Yay.
now a 1 with might
Well, that
or
worked out
finesse.
well.
And
That would have
that's
sucked if it was a
that's
3.
yeah. Which
Ugh.
Bessie's been known to do. She likes to stack those 3s up like that. So you have 1 with might or finesse. Remember that you can also use dodge. That was a heck of a draw there.
Mm-hmm.
Because the gang, as a gang, they get to use their model count. So 3 die 6. So they only need to get 1 success here. 1 success. They got it. So they were not injured. Now, Bulldog O'Malley could either dodge it or use his might. He only has a might of 4 die 8. So we'll use his might. And he has 4 die 8. So 4 die 8.
Okay.
Also only needed 1. So that's passed as well. And Dorsey could either dodge it with 3 die 8. Yep. Dorsey uses his 3 die 8 to try to his might, and he stops it as well. So that turned from a very ugly situation into avoiding all of the damage completely. All right. Also wiped out both of those
Misfortunes.
misfortunes.
Yep.
That's too loud. Hey, too loud. Okay. Let's see. So that ends Denton's move. He's still in a tricky situation. I wonder if the ladies are going to come up now. Let's see what happens here. What's Betty going to do? Is she going to get in that sedan? Is she going to get in that car? Or is she going to What are you going to do here, Dave?
Well, since I don't play vehicles very often, if I did get in that cop car, could she maneuver it to try and run over anybody?
Not this turn.
Not this
Not
turn.
during
Okay.
this activation.
All right. So if that's the case, what she's going to do is she's going to move up in
Now,
front.
that's not going to stop you from being able to shoot. Like you could get in it, and you could
No,
still perform an action
it,
after you got in. But
right. Now, I think it's more important for her to move up in front
okay, okay,
of Denton.
yeah. I just heard meat shield is what I heard you say. So,
Well,
Protective.
so meat shield. Here, protect me, Betty. So she's a go-getting
Yes, she
newspaper
is.
gal. She wants to know that she wants the straight scoop on what's been going on in King City.
She's not scared.
So she moves up, and then does she shoot at
is
Bulldog O'Malley from there?
yeah. I was going to say, yeah, if he's the closest target, she'll shoot him.
Yep, he is in fact the nearer target. Okay, so she will have 4 die 6, 4 die 6 to shoot. Bulldog will be dodging. I don't see any cards to play other than I do see a steady aim in your hand. Do you want to go ahead and play your steady aim, or are you going to hold on
No,
to it?
I'll hold on to
All
it.
right. Here is the shooting. 6 and a 5.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad shooting there, Tex. Let's see.
And she'll re-roll one of them.
Reroll one of those misses and turn it into a 4. She is a sharp dresser, so she gets to reroll on such things.
Yes, she is. Look at the yellow suit.
Bulldog, you got to dodge a 3 die 8.
Yep.
Don't see any cards to help it, so here is the roll. And you stopped 2 of them, and you're going to have to roll a 1 dice health check. Here's the 1 dice health check. And it was passed. Bulldog is a bulldog and will not take kindly to such things. You have one character that has not activated, Denton. What are you going to do?
Dottie is going to move over in front of Denton also.
Okay. Dueling meat shields.
What turn are we on? I guess
This
I
is
should ask
turn
that.
number 4.
4. Okay.
All right. And Dottie could shoot at Bulldog O'Malley as well.
Yeah.
And she will have 2 die 6 to do it with. So 2 die 6 at Bulldog O'Malley. That is with her short range bonus. Unless you want to throw the steady aim in there.
No.
Okay.
Nothing.
She got nothing. All right. So that ends all of Denton's activations. So Denton has taken up a defensive position here. He's trying to back up. I don't know. I think we can get some action going here, Mr. Girardi. I think you still.
Are they all in base-to-base combat or base-to-base contact?
They are not. They have maybe like a 1/4 inch in between them. They're not touching each other. No, they're models.
Okay. So they're all individual. If I rush, I could rush just one. I'm not.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you could definitely.
First
do
off, Lutz is going to do his plot point.
Oh. Okay. Interesting. Give me a peril.
Bum, bum, bum. 1 with cunning.
1 with cunning, and Lutz has the cunning to handle that with 3 die 8. I need some dice over here. Wow.
Wow.
Okay. Need 1. Got past the peril. Give me a plot point.
2 with finesse or cunning.
2 with finesse or cunning. Same thing. Here we go. Here's the roll. Need 2 of these. And only got 1.
Does he have a reroll?
Double checking. Don't have anything for it. Okay. It was not completed. You got 1 marker on it. 1 on it. Okay.
That would have
It
been
was
nice.
not done. Yeah, that would have been pretty big. That would have been big right there. Steal the cone. Because right now Denton is still in control of the initiative. Let's see what happens next. Chris, what do you want to do next?
Well, so who's closest to whom? From this alley,
Bulldog
or from this
O'Malley.
table?
Bulldog O'Malley is closest to Betty.
Okay. All right, go ahead and send him in on Betty.
All right. Bulldog O'Malley rushes at Betty. Woof. Bulldog O'Malley has teeth out to here. That's 5d8 of biting coming at you.
Oh God.
All right,
And
Betty. I
he's-
guess I heard you say
he's-
dodge.
Yeah, no, he's down one die, right? Because he was in a fight, or was it? He was
Oh,
in two fights. Because I shot
Yeah,
at
he
him
was
twice.
Well. You are correct. He is down 2 dice. He'll only have 3 die 8 coming at you. You
And
gonna
then
try and
I will,
dodge it?
yeah, and I'll discard my steady aim to gain a dodge.
Okay, that'll get you up to 4 die 8 of dodging. Okay, 3 die 8 of brawling. Here it is. 3 die 8. Bulldog O'Malley is coming in hot. Got a 6 and a 4. Let's see if Betty can get a 6 and a 4.
Come on, Betty.
Betty gets an 8 and a 5. That beats a 6 and a 4, even on a bad day. And she may disengage. Is she going to back up an inch?
Yes.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. All right. So she backs up. She is now in contact with Denton. But Dottie is still, Dottie's now in the front person. You still have the boys in blue and Dorsey.
Yeah, move them up to have a talk with her.
Deal with Dottie.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, that's like,
the audacity.
oh man, she is about as excited as anybody could possibly be right now. She is.
She does love a man in uniform.
She loves a man in uniform. Okay, here we go. So they're throwing like 4 die 6 at her.
Yep. She'll dodge.
Sure, why not? 4 die 6.
She's not that easy. She'll dodge.
That's right.
Oh
2
my
6s
gosh.
and a 5. Let's see if you're dodging that. Let's see if you're going to dodge what they're throwing at you. 3 die 6. She might be going down from what I hear. She's going to stop that
Oh.
5. The 2 6s get through, and she's going to have to roll a 2 dice health check. And guess what? Dottie goes down. I mean, that's the word on the street anyway.
Okay.
Dottie
That is
goes
Okay.
freaking called for.
Daddy. Okay, so she's down.
We're gonna have a talk.
Oh, go down, Dottie. They call her.
We are seriously gonna have a talk. You can't say that about her.
She went down.
You
On
didn't
the
have to. You didn't
boys.
have to say, "Go down, Dottie."
I don't know what you're going on about. I'm talking about the rules of the game.
There was a
Dorsey, what are you going to do now?
I'm now the director.
Oh, says thank you, Dottie. Thank you for giving up. All right.
So who is closer? I'm assuming Betty is closer to him.
Yes, Betty is still closest to Dorsey, but you could always move. You can always move off on this direction and shoot at Denton. You could even move. You could even move behind the car and shoot at him or something like that. You could even get some cover if you wanted to.
I want to get behind him. Is what I want. I mean, I want to get him in the middle of everything.
All right.
So,
I like that. So that you can move 6 inches and get about an inch behind him, something like that. The camera will catch up. So you're in between him and the police car back here. And from right
And
there, you're now the director. So are you going to shoot at him from there?
I'm not going to do a thing.
Oh, see. Oh, that's smart. That is smart, boys and girls. Now that it's both smart and it's also risky. You know, you've got to cause damage to Denton to try and make to make him drop that major plot point. So that could be big. But also Chris does not want to lose control of being the director. So if he shot here, he would be taking a big risk. Things could go wrong. Denton could, win this gunfight and he could lose the director. And that means on the next turn, Denton just takes off running 12 inches. And that's going to be awfully hard for him to catch. So he plays it safe. And that's something that you learn in Pulp Alley, I think. When you become the director, you sometimes tend to play a little bit more cautious because you don't want to hand it over. When you're not the director, if he wasn't the director right here, I guarantee you he'd be coming around there with guns ablazing. You have to play it risky and let it all hang out. So smart move, I think, on Chris's part. As we end that turn, we're about to do some recovery checks. We are about to do some big time recovery checks. Denton needs some help. Denton needs some help out here. Let's see if we can get this. So I got 2 dice in my cup. I got a red dice and a white dice. One of these dice is for Dottie. Which one of them's for Dottie, Mr. Lowe?
The red one.
The red one's for Dot.
Yes.
The red one is a success. The white one is not, and that means Father O is removed from play. Father O heads back to the parish.
Get Dottie up.
Dottie. What are you going to do, Dottie? When I stand you up, you're going to be in contact with the boys in blue. So the question is, do you want to stand up in contact with the boys in blue, or do you want to back up an inch?
Do I have room to back up an inch?
I was just looking at that. Yeah, I think you could squirt past Betty and Denton and come back to the backside of them back here because they're all pretty close there. But that would put you behind Denton. You would lose meat shield position.
Yeah, she'll stay in contact.
Yeah, you bet. I figured she would. Okay. Yep. Knowing how she is.
Bro.
What?
You're going to be living in your $8 doghouse. That's all I got to say.
It was $8.50. Thank you very much. I don't skimp on doghouses.
She needs to take out her perfume and distract those cops. Is what she needs to do.
I know. Okay, so and remember that, boys and girls, you do have that option. Normally, when you pass a recovery check from the down position, when you stand back up, if it puts you into contact with an enemy, you normally have the option to move back 1 inch. It's a disengage move, which still has to follow the disengage rules. Okay, cards.
Pull a bullet.
Yep. This is turn 5, boys and girls, of a 6-turn scenario. Just reward for Chris. Just reward. When you pass a peril, you become the director.
And out of ammo.
Out of ammo for Mr. Lowe. Out of ammo. And right now, Chris, let's get the table picture here. Whoo, this is tough. What is Lutz gonna do?
Lutz is he's gonna get the plot point.
Okay. He's going for his plot point. All right, here we go. I apologize. I don't want to imply that you have to activate first, or you have to activate Lutz.
That was honestly what I was gonna get him out of the way, and so I could move on.
Okay. All right. So Lutz is activating. Let's give him peril. I think that building's starting to fall apart over there. He's going to have to roll 2 successes with cunning or might. He has the 3 die 8 in cunning to do that. Let me double check. 3 die 8. Yep. All right. So he's going to have to roll 2 successes here. I'm checking cards. I don't see anything. Okay. Here is the 3 die 8 roll. Need 2, and you got it.
Got it.
Now you only need 1 more success to pass the peril, and you're using 3 die. I'm sorry, to pass the plot point. So you're using 3 die 8 again,
Got it.
and you got that as well.
Woohoo!
All right, so the plot point is passed. Give the man
And-
another blue card. This one says, instead of rolling for a peril, you may discard to automatically pass the challenge. So Lutz is now carrying 2 plot points. Lutz has been the plot point grabber today. So Lutz has captured 2 plot points. And I'm going to move Choo Choo. Choo Choo doesn't go anywhere. And Quinn comes 5 inches back this way. So these are actually level 1 characters wandering around out here. Choo Choo and Quinn. And they could, you could have a character go up and talk to them and get them to join your side. That's kind of what bystanders are. They could actually become involved in the fight, but you have to send somebody to talk to them, which they're not feeling like they have the extra resources to deal with in this game. So
Right.
Lutz is done. Lutz has done his thing. He's grabbed another plot point. Now you're still the director. What are you going to do next?
Send the boys in blue against Dottie again.
Okay, so the boys in blue activate. And as soon as they activate, that creates a fight. They will be rolling 4 die 6 against Dottie. I'm assuming she's going to dodge with 3 die 6.
Yes.
Correct, Mr. Lowe? Okay, here we
Yes.
go. Here's the beatdown. A4.
Oh,
Here's the dodge.
you better pass this.
Those
Dodged
guys
it.
are underperforming.
Well, they're a little wore out. She wore them out from last time.
I'm not going to go there. All right.
Okay.
We're gonna let that pass.
Dorsey is going in on Denton.
I'm gonna give Mr. Lowe another opportunity to disengage. I don't necessarily think you want to, but you could jump
Well,
back behind Denton if you wanted to.
All right, that's what I probably. Can I see the view of the fight real
Eventually,
quick?
it'll catch up, maybe.
So if she moves back behind Denton, she'll be the closest target, correct?
No, she will not be the closest target to anything.
Okay, so for the
When I say behind him, it's going to actually be back here, kind of between Betty. She can't move over here.
All right, I didn't know what you're saying. Okay, so yeah, she'll stay engaged then.
She's going to hold on to him. Okay.
Well, let me think about this. Hold on. Betty's closest to Bulldog.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's keep her engaged.
Okay, so she's going to hold on to those the boys in blue. All right, Chris, you are still the director.
Yep. Dorsey's
You may
going.
have to. You may
He's
have to try
rushing.
and brawl Denton. I'm not sure. Let's see what you want to
Well-
do. What do you think you want to do here?
That's he's going to rush Denton.
Okay. Okay. So Dorsey activates. It is moving in on Denton. Okay. All right, here we go. The fight is on now. This is the one that's going to make it. Dorsey rolls 3 die 10 for brawling. Denton, you also roll 3 die 10 to brawl. Dorsey's going to slouch here.
He isn't. So let me think about this for a minute.
You could brawl with 3 die 10, or you could use your rope-a-dope and use your 3 die 10 to dodge. Now I'm looking at the situation. You're really tight in here.
I am.
Yeah, you could dodge back into the other side of Betty here. You do have a little bit of wiggle room,
Window.
but it's getting really tight in there.
It is. You know what? I think I'm going to brawl.
Okay.
And I will. discard a card to gain +1.
Okay, so you're going to discard your out of ammo. Discarding is out of ammo, and that's a result of his reward card that he used there. So that's going to get him an extra brawl dice. So that's going to put him up to 4 die 10 versus 3 die 10. Dorsey is playing it dangerous here, but he's got to do something to shake that plot point loose. Here it is. 3 successes, an 8, a 7, and a 4. All right. The big man, D.A. Denton, is swinging back. And he got a 1, and a 2, and a 5, and a 7.
I'll re-roll one
Okay.
of those.
He wants to re-roll. He's using his brute ability, boys and girls. He's a brute. If anybody ever was one, he turns it into another 7. All right, Chris Girardi. Pulp Alley is not the sort of game where you just roll the dice and find out what happens. You get to decide what happens. Chris Girardi, how do you want to play this? You could try to mitigate some of this damage. You could block 2 of his dice. No. Yes, you could block 2 of his dice. And then both of you will have to roll a 1 dice health check. Or you just let it all hang out and go for some blood. How do you want to play it? You could block 1, you could block 2, or you just say take it all. Chris, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No biggie. I just want to make sure you didn't drop.
No, I'm.
It's a tough one.
Yeah. Well, I know he's got all of his characters to play too, so just both take 1.
Okay. So he's going to use his 8 to stop a 7. He's going to use a 7 to stop a 7. Both of them will have to roll a 1 dice health check. The red dice is for Chris Girardi. Dorsey. Red dice is for Dorsey. Both.
They both
pass
pass.
with 10s.
Oh,
Neither one of them
That
are
never
willing to. Neither one of them are willing to give an inch. They both are taking hits and they're holding on. And look at that. Denton is now tied up in a brawl. But he's standing strong. Plus, he's got a can of beans in his back pocket, just like Popeye. If he needs something to snack on during the fight, he can get out his Cooner can of beans since 1864, the king of beans. All right. What are you going to do? Mr. Girardi, you still have a pooch.
Yeah, Dave, go ahead and take a turn.
All right. Keeping the pooch in the back pocket. The pooch is not going to activate yet. All right, Dave.
Dottie will shoot at the pooch.
Dottie will activate in contact with the boys in blue
I'm
and fight them.
I'm sorry. Betty will shoot at the pooch.
Betty.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Betty.
Betty is activating. All right. I don't see any cards to play. David Lowe doesn't have a single card in his hand anymore. Okay, I'm trying to find room to get this stuff in here without smashing my cards when I roll dice. All right, my car's moving back. They hit it. They're going in reverse a little bit there, so they can back up. I don't want to hit that car either. Okay, Betty is shooting the pooch. They call it the old shoot the pooch move. 3 die 6 plus 1 for the short range. That's going to get her up to 4 die 6 for the pooch. Pooch will be dodging with 4 die 8. Here is the double checking 3 die 8. 3 die 8 dodge. Okay. Here's the shooting. A5. Here is the dodging.
You'll re-roll one.
Reroll one of those. Make it a 4. Okay.
How many of those reroll? how many rerolls do you get in a turn?
She only gets one per turn.
One.
Okay.
And she will block. The pooch will block both of your successes. So Bulldog avoids it. All right. So you have not activated Denton or now.
Yeah.
Chris, do you want
let
him to
Dave-
activate again?
Yeah. Dave, go again.
Okay. Let's go ahead and activate Denton.
Okay, Denton activates in base-to-base contact with Dorsey. That means a fight starts automatically. Denton, you're down to rolling 2 die 10. If you want to brawl, or you're going to switch over to defensive stance here and do a 3 dice dodge.
I'll dodge.
Yeah. Okay, Dorsey. Now that's worth noting. As the active character, he has chosen to dodge. So now you have a choice. You can either brawl at him, and you have a. Hey, Dave.
2 die 10.
Yeah, 2 die 10 to brawl. Dave, I want to go back for just a moment here, and I want to remind you that this reward card that you have that you already paid for by discarding.
Oh,
that
it does.
bonus lasts until the end of the turn. So you could either brawl with 3 dice or dodge with 3 dice.
Oh, thanks for pointing that out. That normally doesn't happen for the whole turn. I will.
Yes, that's
You know,
why
in that
on
case,
that card, that's actually spelled out on that card. That's not a
Right.
normal thing, boys and girls. So don't
Right.
get confused by that.
okay. So
that card
I'll
says,
yeah, I'll brawl.
okay, so 3 die 10. So here is your 3 die 10 attack. And then I need to go back to Dorsey again and ask him what he wants to do. Do you want to dodge with 3 die 8 or brawl with 2 die 10?
Now, if I dodge, I don't necessarily have to go anywhere.
Correct.
I can. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna have to brawl too. I gotta take him down.
Okay. Here we go. Here is Denton's attack. 3 die 10. He got a 7 and a 9. All right. Here is from Dorsey. Dorsey rolls and he gets an 8. Now, Denton, how do you play that? You say take them all, don't you?
Yep.
Okay. He says take them all. That means Dorsey is going to have to roll a 2 dice health check. Denton will roll a 1 dice health check. He's taking it on the chin. I'm going to throw them all down there. The white dice are for Dorsey. Dorsey takes a pow. Dorsey is bloodied. You got to watch out for Denton. He was a light heavyweight champion in this day. Dorsey takes a pow, and he is injured. Denton is not injured. And boys and girls, for those of you keeping track at home, that's one of the ways you become the director. So now Denton is the director.
Probably not
Denton,
for long.
he's already activated all of his characters. So all we have left this turn is Betty. No. All we have
Dottie.
left is Dottie.
Yeah.
All we have left is Dottie. Oh, poor Dottie.
Dottie.
Oh, Dottie.
I still have O'Malley too.
You're right. You do still have O'Malley. So you're the director now. Do you want to make him activate?
Yeah. Go ahead and activate.
Okay. So
Okay.
O'Malley, Bulldog O'Malley. Right now, if you wanted to rush, you got Betty, and you could still rush Dottie if you wanted to, because they're about the same distance.
Yeah,
Remember,
I'll
you
go
have-
after Dottie.
Okay.
I'll go after
Take the
Dottie.
easy one, huh? All
Yeah.
right. So coming
Poor
after
Dottie.
Dottie, you can push her off of there. So Bulldog, you have been in a fight because somebody was shooting at you. That's going to pull you down to
4 die 8.
4 die 8 to attack Dottie. And we know Dottie is going to dodge with 3 die 6. Okay, here is the biting from Bulldog. A 6, a 6, and an 8.
Dang.
Oh,
She's going to have a hard time dodging that,
She can dodge that 80.
especially that 8. That's going to be really hard. She dodges nothing and will have to roll a 3 dice health check. Boom. Dot is down
Oh.
again.
oh,
Oh, good old go down Dot. And she is down again. Surprise, surprise.
oh no.
All right. That means woo, look at that. That was like a 1 turn. I got to be 1 activation. I got to be the director. And just like that, the director goes back to Chris Girardi. That's a lot of fun.
Yep.
All right. Chris Girardi, you still have
Nobody.
nobody?
Nobody.
Nobody?
Just Dave.
Nobody.
Nobody. Okay. No, that's everybody.
Because Dottie went down. She was
Because
the last
Dottie went
one.
down.
Oh,
So that
okay.
ends the turn. That is the turn. So the next thing we do is a recovery check. We have 2 recovery checks to roll for. We have, I got a red dice and a white dice in this cup. I'm going to say Chris Girardi. Is Dorsey the red dice or the white dice?
The red.
Dorsey is the red dice. That means Dottie is the white dice.
Oh,
Dottie recovers.
Yay,
Dorsey
Dottie.
does not.
Yay.
Dorsey does not recover.
Dang, that stinks.
Dottie recovers. Does she want to stand up in contact with the boys in blue and the dog? Or does she want to? I don't know that she's got an inch anymore.
Yeah, no,
The
she's
dog's
gonna
closer.
she's
She
gonna
doesn't have
stand.
anywhere to go. Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna stay in
All right.
contact.
Remember, a disengage move, you have to end a disengage move over an inch away from enemies. So she can't go back this way because that would leave her in contact with Dorsey. She can't go back that way. So she's pretty much trapped and couldn't disengage anyway. That ends. Did you already pull a bullet?
Nope.
That ends turn number 5. We're starting the last turn of the game, boys and girls. This is the last turn of the scenario.
Ready for cards?
I'm ready for cards.
All right.
This is
Steady
coming to
aim for
Chris
Chris.
Girardi. Chris Girardi got a steady aim.
And a sidestep.
And you got a sidestep, Mr. David Lowe. A sidestep. Sidestep. All right. I don't like that card keeps throwing my focus off. I guess let's switch to the other camera. All right, Mr. Girardi. You're starting. This is the last turn of the scenario. If you could make Denton drop the major plot point, which means a lot of clobbering, which isn't impossible, then you have a pretty good chance of winning this because you've got 2 minor plot points and he's only got 1. Okay, let's just see how this plays out. Denton, Chris Girardi, you're the director. What do you think you want to do here?
Can you pan out so I can see the board a little better?
Yeah. Hopefully you're there.
Turn it the other way because I want to see where Lutz is in regards to everything.
Okay. Lutz is here's my pointy.
Okay, there. Yes.
Yeah. There's Lutz. So he could move, he could probably move up and shoot at Betty. He's also within rush range of Betty, and Betty's not a great brawler, but neither is Lutz.
No,
so you could move up and try to engage Betty in a shootout. You're probably a better brawler than Betty is. She's only got 2 dice 6 in brawl, and you're probably not too much better than that. But I guess what you'd really want to, boy, that's tough to get him back in this fight. I don't know.
Well, bring him up and he'll shoot Betty. I don't really know.
Okay.
What else?
Let me see. What kind of? I guess we'll move you up to the fire hydrant.
Put him behind some cover and
yeah.
but in
Yeah.
close range.
Yep. So you're up there behind that fire hydrant, and we'll shoot at Betty from there.
Okay.
So it is a shootout. Betty, what are you gonna do? You gonna dodge him, or you gonna shoot back?
What's coming at me?
12 die 20.
Oh,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna lay down now.
Okay, 5d, 5d8.
5d8. I am going
Uh-huh.
to dodge, and I'm going to discard to give her an extra dodge.
Okay. So discarding to give her an extra dodge, she would normally have 3 die 8. That's going to put her up to 4 die 8 to dodge versus his 5d8 of shooting. Now the question is, Mr. Girardi, you got a steady aim in your hand. Do you want to use it here, or are you going to hold on to it?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Nobody else is going to be doing any shooting. Yeah,
Okay.
just go ahead and use it.
All right. So last shot of the game. Here is the steady aim. And here's 6 die 8. That's some shooting, Tex.
That's oh,
5 successes. 3 5s, a 4, and a 6. That's some shooting. Here is her dodging.
you better be dodging.
Here is
You better
her
dodge her
dodging.
well.
6 and an 8 will stop 2, and she's going to have to roll a 3 dice health check. 3 dice health check. And she is injured. She is injured.
Is she the
Now,
sidekick?
she is a sidekick level, and she's carrying a plot point. Interesting. All right. So Bulldog. So all of the rest of your characters are engaged. So
Right.
you might want to switch off and start making Mr. Lowe activate here. I'm not sure how you want to play this, but Bulldog's engaged with Dottie. The boys are engaged with Dottie, and Dorsey's engaged with Denton. So everybody
Well,
else, as soon as they activate, a fight's going to start. So you're going to have to decide what you want to do here.
Well, if I don't take him down right now, then the game's over anyway. It doesn't matter what he does. I mean, the game's basically over.
But you want, but just for clarity, I guess I would say that you want him to try to activate first, because that keeps your
you're right.
activation
All right.
available.
Have him do Dottie, or have
him activate. Okay.
Yeah.
Dave, activate a character.
Denton will activate.
Okay, Denton activates, and a fight starts immediately. That's 3 die 10 from both sides. Sorry, it's not 3 die 10 from both sides, because Dorsey is injured. Got Dorsey on the ropes. Dorsey's only throwing 3 die 8 back. I shouldn't have said it that way. Denton, do you want to dodge here, or that's a legitimate question, isn't it?
It is.
Because what's your goal? Is your goal also, think about this, as the active character, you're going to get to decide the blocking anyway. So I don't know. You just go ahead.
I think I'm gonna brawl on this one.
All right, here we go. It also gives you a chance of getting the cone back, or the director back. So 3 die 10 coming at Dorsey. Dorsey, are you brawling or are you dodging?
I'm brawling.
Okay, here's the attack. 2 5s.
I'll re-roll one.
Here is the counter attack. An 8. Okay, that's going to become a take them all situation because
I want to re-roll one of the 10s.
Oh, you and your re-rolls.
We might as well do it now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Turned it into a 6. So it is still a take them all situation. There is no blocking available because none of your dice are big enough to stop an 8. That becomes a take them all situation. Denton's going to have to roll a 1 dice health check, and Dorsey will roll a 3 die 8 health check. Here is for Denton. This really matters. If he takes this one and he passes it with flying colors with a big 10. Here is Dorsey. Dorsey takes another pow, and he's down to D6s. He's down to a D6 health now. All right. Also, that made Denton the director. So, for what it's worth, Denton, you're now the director. Are you going to continue activating, or are you going to ask Dorsey to activate?
I will ask Dorsey to activate.
Smart move. Absolutely. That's the way you play it. Dorsey, you have the dog, and you got the boys in blue. Who's going to activate?
And Dorsey.
And Dorsey. And Dorsey. Dorsey is not activated.
Have O'Malley fight Dottie again.
Okay, so O'Malley activates. O'Malley has 5d8. Dottie will try to dodge with 3d6. Here is O'Malley's all teeth. And he gets 3 successes, a 7, a 5, and a 4. Dottie has a chance of mitigating a couple of those. And she does. She's going to have to roll a 1 dice health check. And she is down.
Hey, I didn't even rolled it.
Right there it is.
Well, you jinxed it.
Well, I mean, it's.
Don't say it.
Yeah.
Don't you say it.
Dottie is down. So the boys in blue could now rush Denton. Oh,
That's it.
that made,
Yep.
by the way, everybody, that made Chris Girardi the director again.
Yeah.
That's a hot potato today.
Send them in, boys in blue.
All right, boys in blue go in. Boys in blue are going in on Denton. See if they can cause some damage. All right, boys in blue are throwing 4d6 at Denton. Denton, are you dodging with 3d10?
Yes.
Okay, here are the boys in blue throwing 4d6. Got a 6 and a 4. Here is the double checking the cards. Denton dodging all of the hits, and he dodges it. Very good. He could disengage, but I guess there's no real reason to. Yeah, there's no real reason to. And I think that's going to be game right there.
Yeah.
We can finish it out, but when Dorsey activates, he's going to attack. That's not going to do anything. When Betty activates, I don't think that anything is going to happen that's going to change the score. So are we ending it here?
Yeah, he won the race. He got initiative and won the race.
Yes. Yes, you're exactly right.
And
then, you're exactly right. That was a race to get out there to that spot. And there are Pulp Alley games that are like that. And it's by design because that is. All right. Everybody say goodbye to Bessie.
See you later.
Bye, Bessie.
Bye, sweetheart. Sounds like they're tearing up the place. And that's by design because that's the way that I see a lot of the old serials and the old pulps. There was always something urgent that had to be done. It wasn't a lot of dawdling, especially like those old serials. There wasn't a lot of just sitting around and talking about your feelings and stuff. It was about, oh no, the dam is about to explode. We've got to go defuse the time bomb, or oh no, there's always this building's about to be attacked or explode, and things. That's the way the pulps and the serials are intended to be played, in my opinion. That's why Pulp Alley is designed with the idea that it's always urgency. There's always a sense of urgency, which I think makes the games kind of fun and exciting as opposed to sitting around and doing nothing. So let's do the wrap-up part of this scenario now. So, Mr. Girardi, you ended up with 2. You didn't come out of it with nothing. You came out of it with 2 reward cards.
Yep.
So you're coming out of it with an experience card. That's nice. So +1 XP. So this is stuff that you wouldn't normally do like during like your one-off games. You don't really have to keep track of this stuff. And you got your tip back, so you got +1 tip. And those two cards added together will get you 2 +2 influence and +2 reputation.
So I'm a menace to society now, huh?
Let's check the book here. I think that puts you up to
I'm at 10
just
now for
those
both.
two. I think that will put you up to the next rank.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh no, you were already a menace to society. Now that moves you up to being a guardian of the city. So once you become a guardian, the investigation scenario becomes available. So now when you have the option to roll for a scenario, a new scenario is available to you. You also gain another location.
I hope it's
Gosh,
not a shop.
I don't want to roll another shop for you. That was awful. Come on, let's get something different this time. It's not my fault if I roll a shop. You know that. You know it's not my fault. Okay, so here the dice is. A7 is not a shop. It is a bar. So you have added a bar to your lineup.
All right. What does that do for me?
You could send somebody to the bar at the during the setup portion of the game, and if that character can roll 1 success on a might, then you can add a level 1 backup character that has 2 dice in brawl or 2 dice in shoot. So it gives you an extra character that you can start. You can go to
All
the
right.
bar and see if you can pick somebody up. Let's see, what else am I missing? Oh, you can pick one of your locations as your secret base now.
Okay.
You can pick. So I guess you pick the bar, don't you?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's your secret base now.
Okay.
And what makes the secret base special is that if you send your leader to the secret base, you don't even have to roll. It's just an automatic bonus. So as long as you commit to your leader going there, then you'll get a level 1 follower every game.
Okay.
Also, the secret base cannot be the target of the raid scenario, so it's safe. So it is the secret base. So you gained your location, you have a new scenario, and you have a secret base. All right.
Okay.
Dave, have you calculated your points yet?
For which points?
I don't know. Just stuff.
I got
so you got
backed up in the gear.
You got a backup and a gear. +1 backup, +1 gear. +1 gear. And you gained a total of 4 reputation and influence. Now, what does that put you up to total?
I think that puts me up to 8 or 9.
Okay, so either way, it's not 10, so it's not going
Right.
to put you up to being a guardian.
I think
So
I
you're
had 4.
still.
It puts me up to 8. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. So I'll double check that though. So
Okay.
that leaves you as being a menace to society. So you are still known as a menace to society. You're not a guardian yet, but you do finally get a territory, Dave.
Oh,
You
finally.
finally earned yourself a territory, a
Yeah.
location. A2. Oh my God. No.
Oh
Okay.
no.
You got a shop.
Oh my gosh.
I got Chris's shop.
You got a shop. You got Chris's shop.
Oh.
before the scenario, you can send a character to the shop, and if you successfully pass one dice with finesse or cunning, then one of your characters, your choice, can start the scenario in hiding. Some scenarios that can be really cool.
Right.
A lot of scenarios, not so much. All right, so Chris gained a little bit out of that. David Lowe gained quite a bit, so that was nice. And that sets us up for next week's game. And next week it is going to be, let's see, next week it is going to be Chris Girardi again.
Again? Holy cow.
Well, I've been playing every other week, so I know
you didn't play last week.
No, this is only my third game. I think everybody else has played 3 games.
Yeah, I think this was my third too. So
yeah, this was your third game as well, Dave. Yeah, so both of you, this was your third game. So next week, Chris Girardi, you play Nay, and that means Chris Girardi, you're going to have the opportunity to roll on the scenario selection. So let's do that right now. Let's do that right now. So if I roll low, so here's the roll. Let's see. Here's my camera. Here's the roll for the scenario table. A 7 means that you need to choose either, and you can take time to look at the scenarios if you want to, but a 7 means you need to choose either the gang war or the raid scenario.
Okay.
Gang war or raid, and I'm chances are you might not be very familiar with those, so I'm going to give you an opportunity to look those over. As soon as you can, let me know so that I can update the table and let Nay know as well.
Okay.
So it's not a big rush. So, I mean, within the next 10, 15 minutes or so.
Okay. No problem.
And so, gang war or raid. And I guess that's it. Mr. Lowe, you play in 2 weeks.
2
No?
weeks.
You don't play next week, but you play the week after, and that will be against Mr. Meisner.
Uh-oh.
All right. And I think he's
Good
already
game,
picked
Dave.
out this. Yeah, he's already picked out this. All right. What a lot of fun. Boys and girls, don't forget to get entered in for this building. We're going to be trying to give one of these away. Not this constructed one that I built, but a brand new one, still shrink wrapped. And all you have to do to get entered into the drawing is make sure you get a comment on this video after it posts. So I'm going to stop blathering here in a little bit, and then the video will upload to YouTube, and then you can come back to it and put a comment on it. So make sure you put a comment on this week's video, this video right here. And if you didn't already, go back and put a comment on last Sunday's game as well, and then that will get you 2 entries into this drawing. Don't miss that. Also, if you're not a subscriber to this channel, you ought to be. Get subscribed to our silly little channel. If you'd like to play one of these games with me on a Sunday, you ought to get signed up. Let me know about it. And we have maybe 2 or 3 people already that have said that they're interested. So after the Vice Alley campaign is done, we'll start doing some one-off games again. So you'll just play like one game, and eventually we'll do another campaign. I don't know when we're going to get around to that, but let us know if you'd like to do this on a Sunday with us as well. Hit that like button. Make sure you hit the bell so you get a notification. And that's it for today. I'm going to play us out of here. Dave and Chris, hang out for just a moment. Doodle-doo-doo-doo. Thank you, buddy. Everybody out there. Sean Hudson, Chris R., Frank being on here all night long. Really appreciate that. Vern Jeske on here. Jim Stute. Dennis Cross. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody. Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.